Overcoming fear and anxiety. Hello, my dear son. It is with a heart full of love that I welcome you today. I know you carry a weight that often seems invisible to others. The weight of fear, worry, and anxiety that tightens your chest, steals your sleep, and prevents you from feeling the fullness of the present moment. I see your sleepless nights, your endless lists of what-ifs, and your mind racing with thoughts that seem to have no end. I want you to know, with all the certainty of my love for you, that you don't have to carry this weight alone. Fear is not your truth. It's just a shadow trying to hide the light I've placed within you. Anxiety is an echo of a future that doesn't yet exist, a voice trying to distract you from the only time that truly matters, the now. And it is here, in this moment, that I invite you to take a deep breath and listen to me. Let my voice calm the storm within you. Let my peace, which surpasses all understanding, flood every cell of your body and every corner of your soul. Fear is an illusion, my child, created by a lack of trust, not in your strength, but in mine. I know that life can be difficult, that the challenges seem enormous, and that the path can be uncertain. But you never walk alone. I am with every step, holding your hand, guiding you through the darkness. Fear tries to convince you that you are unprotected, but I am your shield, your fortress, your safe haven. And anxiety? Oh, anxiety. It's the desire to control what's beyond your reach. You try to plan every step, anticipate every obstacle, but life wasn't meant to be controlled, it was meant to be lived. I call on you to trust me. Trust that I'm taking care of every detail, that I have a perfect plan even when you can't see it. Your part isn't to control, but to trust. Your part is to live today with faith and leave tomorrow in my hands. To overcome fear, you don't have to pretend it doesn't exist. Courage is not the absence of fear, but action despite it. Courage is your choice to have faith even when your mind is full of doubt. Courage is your decision to move forward even when your heart is trembling. And with each step you take with faith, fear loses its power. I gave you breath as an anchor. When anxiety overwhelms you, breathe. Feel the air I gave you filling your lungs, and as you exhale, release your fear. Remember that each breath is a gift, a new opportunity to trust me and live in the present moment. Your faith is not in the absence of problems, but in the certainty of my presence. And with my presence, there is nothing to fear. I invite you to a small and powerful exercise. When fear or anxiety try to overcome you, close your eyes and repeat this phrase from the bottom of your heart. I trust in you. I surrender my worry. I receive your peace. Feel the relief that this surrender brings you. In our next topic, we will talk about something that is closely linked to this trust: the power of patience. Let's discover the beauty and power of waiting, of not rushing the process, and of allowing life to blossom in its own time. The power of patience. In our conversation, we talked about overcoming fear and anxiety. placing the future in my hands. Today, I want to talk to you about a virtue that is the seed of this surrender: patience. I know you live in a fast-paced world. Everything is for now, for yesterday. Technology teaches you to have everything in seconds, and your soul often grows weary of waiting. You become frustrated with the slow process of your own healing, with the time it takes for your dreams to come true, and with the delay in your prayers being answered. I see your impatience and your desire to rush things, but I want to show you that patience is not a weakness or passive waiting. It is a strength. Patience is the quiet trust that I am working behind the scenes of your life, arranging every detail at the perfect moment. It is the faith that the seed you planted, even if you can't see it, is growing at the right time. Patience is an art, and like all art, it requires practice. Think of a seed. You put it in the ground, water it, care for it, but you can't force it to grow. You need to trust the sun, the rain, and the nature I created so that it will bloom in its own time. The same goes for your life, your spiritual growth, the healing of a hurt, the realization of a dream. Everything has its time. Trying to speed up the process is like pulling the seed out of the ground to see if it's growing. You would only hurt it. Patience teaches you to live in the present moment. Instead of focusing on what hasn't happened yet, you learn to appreciate the beauty of where you are today. It gives you the peace to breathe deeply, to observe the landscape of your journey, and to understand that each step, no matter how slow it may seem, is a step in the right direction. I urge you to be patient with yourself. You don't need to be perfect overnight. Growth is a process, not an event. Be kind to your flaws, your mistakes, and your humanity. Be patient with those around you, for you don't know the struggles they face. Remember, patience is one of the fruits of my Spirit in you. It is a manifestation of my love and trust in you. When you are patient, you are living in harmony with my will, and your soul finds a rest the world cannot give. Patience frees you from anxiety and anchors you in the certainty of my perfect plan. I invite you to a small exercise in patience. Today, in a moment of waiting, in traffic, in line at the grocery store, or waiting for an answer, instead of getting frustrated, close your eyes and repeat, "I trust in God's timing." Feel the peace of this acceptance. In our next topic, we will talk about how patience helps you see something very important: joy in the little things. I want to show you that happiness is not found in big events, but in the beauty of everyday details. Finding joy in the little things. In our last conversations, we talked about the power of patience and the confidence it brings. Now, I want to show you where that patience takes you, to discovering joy in the little things. I know you've been taught to seek happiness in big events, a major achievement, a significant purchase, a celebration. The world tells you that joy is out there, in the future, in something you don't yet have. But I tell you that true joy,
the kind that ignites your soul and gives you peace, isn't hidden in grand moments. It's scattered throughout every detail of your day, like the stars in the sky. Joy is a gift I give you every moment. It's the warmth of the morning sun, the aroma of coffee, the smile of a stranger, the song of a bird. These are not just ordinary things. They are miracles disguised as routine, and I want you to open the eyes of your heart to see them. The relentless pursuit of great moments of happiness prevents you from seeing the treasures that are right next to you. When you're rushing toward the future, you miss the beauty of the present. Patience helps you slow down, breathe, and notice the magic that exists in the simple fact of being alive. Think with me. What brought you momentary peace today? Was it the sound of falling rain? Was it a friend's hug? Was it the taste of a meal prepared with love? These moments are the echo of my presence in your life. They are reminders that life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Joy in the little things is the opposite of ingratitude. It's the conscious choice to focus on what you have, not what you lack. It's a practice, like a muscle that needs to be exercised. The more you train your eye for the beauty in details, the more joy becomes a natural part of your being. Don't underestimate the power of these small joys. They are the foundation of your happiness, the building blocks of a fulfilling life. They nourish you, strengthen you, and remind you that my provision is daily and constant. They show you that life is, at its core, a gift to be celebrated with every breath. I invite you to a small and powerful exercise. At the end of your day, before bed, take a moment and list 3 small things that brought you joy. It can be something very simple. Think about them, be grateful for them, and sleep with your heart full of gratitude. In our next conversation, we'll talk about a topic that brings hope to us all, the beauty of a new beginning. I want to show you that no matter where you went wrong, I give you a new chance every day. Before starting the new theme, check if you've already liked this video.
The beauty of a new beginning. In our last conversation, we talked about the joy that hides in the little things. And today, I want to talk to you about the beauty of one of the greatest and simplest joys I give you: restart. I know you carry the weight of your mistakes, your failures, and your disappointments. The voice of guilt tries to convince you that you don't deserve a second chance, that you messed up, that it's too late. But I tell you, that voice is a lie. My truth is that every dawn is a new beginning. Every breath is a new opportunity, and my love is an eternal invitation for you to start over. No matter how dark your past seems, my light is always ready to brighten your present. A new beginning is not a prize for the perfect. It is a gift for the human, and I love you for being human. The new beginning begins with forgiveness. Not just my forgiveness, which is already yours, but your forgiveness for yourself. Free yourself from the burden of self-criticism and regret. Understand that your failures are not the end.
They're just a part of your story, a learning experience, a step along the way. My love for you does not diminish because of your mistakes. It is constant and unconditional. Starting over is an act of courage. It's the decision to leave what no longer serves you behind and embrace a future that can still be beautiful. It's the choice to rise after falling, to rebuild after the storm, and to have faith that the best is yet to come. This courage isn't yours alone. It comes from me, from the strength I've placed within you. Visualize your life as a blank page. You have the power to write a new story now. What will you write in it? A story of hope, of love, of purpose. Your pen is in your hands. Don't let the past dictate the words of your future. I call you to begin anew in all areas of your life. Begin your day anew with gratitude. Begin your week anew with a new purpose. Begin your life anew with a heart open to love. Don't be afraid to change direction, to forgive again, to love again. For the beauty of beginning anew is that your life is a journey, not a final destination, and each new step you take toward me is the most important step you can take. I invite you to a short, liberating exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and visualize what you regret most. Now imagine that memory dissolving, turning to dust, and feel the lightness that comes from knowing that your past does not define you. You can start over now. In our next topic, we'll talk about the importance of finding peace to hear my voice. Let's discover the power of silence and contemplation. The power of silence and contemplation. In our last conversation, we talked about the beauty of a new beginning. And now, I want to show you how to nurture that fresh start. I want to talk to you about the power of silence and contemplation. I know you live in a noisy world. Noises from outside, noises from within. Your mind is often like a radio tuned to multiple stations at once. It's hard to find my voice amidst so much distraction. You search for answers, but your soul is so agitated that you can't hear my words, which are whispers. But I tell you, my voice is not in the strong wind, nor in the earthquake, nor in the fire. My voice is in the gentle breeze, in the silence that follows the storm. And I call you to find me in this silence, not to escape the world, but to find the center within you that the world cannot shake. Silence is not a void. It is a sacred space. It is where your soul can breathe. It is where you can free yourself from worries, to-do lists, and external voices. Contemplation is the key that unlocks the door to this space. It is your decision to sit with me with no agenda, no requests, just to be. I invite you to practice stillness. Set aside a few minutes of your day to step away from the noise. It could be early in the morning, before the day begins, or late at night when everything calms down. Sit in a place where you feel safe and comfortable. It doesn't have to be perfect, just be still. Focus on your breathing. Let your thoughts come and go, like clouds in the sky, without getting attached to any of them. In this silence, I reveal myself. In this silence, your soul calms and you begin to hear your own inner wisdom, which is my presence within you. The anxiety and fear we discussed earlier lose their power in the silence. Your intuition becomes clearer, and your path becomes more evident. Silence is your deepest form of prayer. It's not the words that matter, but your heart's intention to be with me. It's in contemplation that you find true peace, the one that doesn't depend on circumstances, the one I promised you. And this peace, my son, is your greatest strength. I invite you to a short, transformative exercise. After listening to this message, set aside 5 minutes. 5 minutes of complete silence. Sit, breathe, and just be. Feel my presence with you. In our next topic, we will talk about a challenge that silence often helps us face, dealing with doubt and uncertainty. I want to show you that having doubts is natural, and that true faith is not the absence of questions, but the confidence that the answers will come in their own time. Dealing with doubt and uncertainty. In our last conversation, we talked about the peace found in silence. And I know that it is often in these moments of stillness that the most difficult questions arise. It is in this silence that doubt and uncertainty may appear. I see your questions, your restless heart, and your mind searching for answers that seem unattainable. And I want to tell you, with all my love, that doubt is not your enemy. It is not the opposite of faith. In fact, doubt is part of your journey. It is proof that you are thinking, that you are searching, that you want to grow. Having doubts is not a sign of weakness, but a sign that you are human. And I love you for your search, for your curiosity, for your sincerity. I do not call you to have blind faith, but a faith that matures, that is strengthened by questions, and that finds peace even when the answers are not yet clear. Uncertainty is like fog on the road. You can't see what's ahead, and that can make you afraid. But you can still drive. You can take one step at a time, trusting that the fog will lift. Faith isn't the guarantee that there won't be fog. It's the certainty that my hand is on the wheel, guiding you safely. Don't despair over your doubt. Instead of fighting it, look at it gently. It invites you to seek me more deeply, to look within yourself and find the truth that is already there. Your questions are prayers. They are your soul speaking to me, and I hear each one. Understand that spiritual growth is not a straight line. It's a path with curves, with ups and downs. There will be moments of absolute certainty and moments of complete uncertainty. Your faith is not measured by the absence of doubt, but by your decision to keep walking, even when you don't have all the answers. Trust that I will give you the light you need for the next step, not for the entire journey. Your part is not to see the end, but to trust the path. And my plan for you is perfect, even if your human vision cannot comprehend it. Your uncertainty can be an invitation to trust me in a way you never have before. And this trust will lead you to a peace that certainty alone cannot give. I invite you to a short, liberating exercise. Take a piece of paper and write down your biggest doubts, your biggest fears. Write them without judgment. Then hold that paper for a moment and say to yourself and to me, I don't need the answers right now.
I trust the process. I trust God. Now, tear up the paper, symbolically releasing the need to control. In our next topic, we'll talk about how faith and trust manifest themselves in actions. Let's find out together the meaning of serving others. The meaning of serving others. In our last conversation, we talked about how faith can flourish even in the midst of doubt. Now, I want to show you how that faith translates into action, finding a purpose that transcends yourself. I want to talk to you about the meaning of serving others. I know the word service can sound grandiose, as if it were something reserved for the few. But I tell you that service is actually the simplest and most powerful language of love. It's not about doing something heroic, but about doing something from the heart. Service is your response to my kindness. It's your gesture of love extending to others. You were created to be a channel of my love, not to be a reservoir which only receives and stores, but to be a river that flows and brings life wherever it goes. And the purest way to let this river flow is through service. Service is not an obligation, it is an opportunity. The opportunity to see my presence in every person you meet. The opportunity to be my hand, my embrace, my voice in this world. And the most beautiful thing of all is that by serving, you not only help others, but heal yourself. The emptiness you feel is often filled the moment you fill someone else's emptiness. Loneliness dissipates when you connect with others. And service doesn't have to be grand gestures. It can be the act of listening attentively to a friend who's going through a difficult time. It can be a sincere smile to the store clerk. It can be a gesture of patience and kindness to a family member. It can be your silent prayer for someone you don't even know. Each of these acts is a spark of my love that lights up the world. Service frees you from selfishness. It helps you step outside your own mind, your own worries, and places you in a place of generosity and compassion. It shows you that your happiness is not an isolated pursuit, but a shared joy. When you serve, you are living your purpose. You are in alignment with my will, and you are experiencing the fulfillment I promised you. Remember, the greatest treasure you can give someone is not your money or your possessions, but your time, your attention, and your heart. Be a servant, be a channel of light, and your heart will never want for anything again. I invite you to a small transformative challenge. Today, perform an act of service, however small, for someone. It can be an anonymous act. Notice how this simple act of giving brings unexpected joy to your soul. In our next and last topic of the day, we're going to celebrate something very special. We're going to celebrate you. I want to remind you that even though you serve everyone, your essence is unique, and your individuality is a gift. Let's join us. Celebrate your individuality. I'll wait for you. Be at peace. But first, just to know if you're following it until the end, leave here in the comments, "I love you, God."
Celebrating your individuality. My beloved son, it is with hearts overflowing with joy that we come to our final conversation. On our journey, we have talked about service and how it connects us to one another. Now, I want you to remember something fundamental to authentic service: your individuality. I know the world tries to mold you, put you in boxes, tell you who you should be. And amidst so many voices, it's easy to forget your own. You may have tried to be like someone else, hide your quirks, or be ashamed of your flaws. But I tell you, with all my truth, your individuality is not a mistake. It is my masterpiece. You are the only version of yourself I created, and the world needs exactly your version, not your imitation, but your originality. You are my signature, my mark of love, and there is no other like you in the entire universe. Think of a garden. Each flower is unique, with its own color, its own scent, its own way of blooming. It would be foolish for a rose to try to be a sunflower. It would be pointless, and it would be sad. The beauty of the garden lies in the diversity of its flowers. You are one of those flowers, and your unique beauty contributes to the beauty of the entire garden of humanity. Embrace your story, your talents, your passions, your struggles, your scars. They all make up who you are, and all of this is sacred. Your imperfections, which you try to hide, are actually the cracks through which my light shines brightest. Don't compare yourself to someone else's path. Your journey is unique, and it's perfect for you. Your voice, your perspective, your way of loving and seeing the world, these are gifts I've given you so you can share them. Don't hide your brilliance to make others feel comfortable. Your brilliance is my glory manifested in you. Be yourself, authentic, vulnerable, true, and know that by doing so, you not only free yourself, but also give others permission to be themselves. Your authenticity is an act of love for the world. Your purpose is not to find an identity, but to live the identity I have given you. I invite you to one last powerful act of celebration. Take a moment now to think of something that makes you unique. It could be a quirk, a talent, a passion, something that is just yours. Now, smile at that part of you and say to yourself with all your heart, I celebrate my individuality, for it is a gift from God. Our journey of conversations comes to an end, but your life journey continues, and I will be with you every step of the way. Remember everything we've said, that you are loved, that you have a home in me, that your heart has power, that forgiveness sets you free, that silence soothes you, and that your story is a masterpiece. Be the light I've called you to be. Live with love, faith, and purpose. I invite you to subscribe to this channel, activate the bell, and share this message of hope with those who need it. And come back whenever you need a reminder of my love for you. Rest in peace, my son, and be happy to be exactly who you are.